Have you ever felt like you're different from everyone around you, but you can't quite explain why? Like there's something about the way you think, feel, or move through the world that doesn't fit into the mold. Maybe you've tried to hide it, maybe you've questioned it, or maybe, deep down, you've always known it's not a flaw, it's something rare, something deep, something unspoken. Carl Jung believed that some people carry what he called a rare soul, not because they're loud or gifted in obvious ways, but because they possess a quiet depth, a unique emotional gravity that sets them apart in silence. These are not traits you can see on the surface. They're signs that live in how you feel, how you connect, and how you experience the world on a deeper level. In today's video, we're going to explore 8 silent signs that may reveal you have one of these rare souls, based on Jung's timeless insights into the hidden layers of personality. And no, this isn't about ego or being better than anyone else. A rare soul doesn't seek attention. It simply can't ignore truth. So if you're drawn to the deeper questions in life, to inner growth, to psychology and self-awareness, this channel is for you. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video that speaks to who you really are, beneath the surface. From an early age, you may have sensed it. That subtle feeling that you just don't quite belong. Not in a dramatic or rebellious way, but quietly, almost invisibly. While other kids seem to move through the world effortlessly, fitting into the flow of things, you watched from the side. You played along, smiled when you had to, but something inside you always whispered, "You're not like them." You couldn't explain it, not to your parents, not to your friends, not even to yourself, but it was there. That quiet awareness that you see things differently. You notice what others overlook. You feel what others ignore. And as you grew older, this feeling didn't fade. It deepened. It became part of you. And while most people seem to crave noise, connection, and constant stimulation, you've always found peace in solitude. Not isolation, not loneliness, but stillness. For you, being alone is not a punishment, it's a return to yourself. It's where your thoughts breathe freely, where your mind stretches beyond the surface, where you begin to understand your own soul and the quiet patterns of the world around you. And in those silent moments, you begin to realize you are not empty, you are full of observation, emotion, and unseen depth. You feel things more than most, not because you're overly sensitive, but because you're tuned into a different frequency. You can walk into a room and instantly sense the energy. You notice the shift in someone's tone, the way their eyes hesitate, the heaviness they carry, long before they say a word. People may tell you that you're too much, or that you read into things, but what they don't understand is that your sensitivity isn't a flaw. It's a quiet kind of wisdom. Carl Jung believed that certain souls carry an unconscious link to what he called the collective unconscious, a shared emotional memory that allows some to intuitively feel the pain, joy, and truth of others without needing to be told. It's a deep-rooted empathy that can't be taught. And for someone like you, it shows up in the way your heart reacts before your mind can even catch up. But that's not all. This rare sensitivity often comes with something else. An unshakable need to understand, truly understand. You've probably spent countless nights staring at the ceiling, not thinking about trivial things, but about the meaning of it all. Why are we here? What is the point of all this? Who am I, really? These questions aren't distractions for you, they're invitations. They pull you inward again and again, not to escape the world, but to uncover what lies beneath it. While others chase clarity in external success or fleeting pleasures, your clarity comes from peeling back layers of thought, of memory, of identity. You want truth, not the polished, convenient kind, but the raw, uncomfortable kind that demands you face yourself. And that alone sets you apart, because very few people are willing to go that deep. Very few can sit in silence without running from themselves. But you can, and you do. Not because it's easy, but because your soul demands it. This is what Carl Jung meant when he said, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. So if you've ever wondered why you feel so different, why crowds drain you, why you cry for strangers, why silence feels like home, and why you're constantly searching for meaning, it's not because something's wrong with you, it's because something is rare within you. A rare soul doesn't need validation. It doesn't need to be loud to be real. It simply needs to be heard by the one person who's always been listening, you. As you move through life, others might see something in you they can't quite name. You're not loud, you're not trying to impress anyone, yet somehow your presence carries weight. It's not just what you say, but how you listen, how you hold space for others without judgment, how you respond with calm instead of chaos. From a young age, you've shown a kind of emotional maturity that doesn't match your years. While others reacted, you reflected. When friends fought or panicked, you stood back, observing, processing, offering clarity instead of confusion. You don't get pulled into drama easily, not because you're cold, but because your inner world is steady, and you've learned that peace is worth protecting. This calm demeanor is often mistaken for distance, but those who look closer realize its depth. And maybe that's why, even in the middle of a crowded room, you sometimes feel like you're not really there. You laugh, you speak, you engage, but inside it's like you're watching the scene from behind glass. As if you're playing a role in a script written by someone else, a script that doesn't quite fit. You might even catch yourself thinking, they don't really see me. Not because you're invisible, but because most people only look at the surface. This sense of quiet disconnection isn't about arrogance, it's about resonance. You simply don't resonate with shallow interactions, with masks, with noise that lacks meaning. And yet, despite your sense of distance, people are drawn to you. Not everyone, but a specific kind of person. The broken, the lost, the misunderstood. They come to you with their pain, their questions, their wounds. And even if you don't have the answers, they feel safer just being near you, as if your presence itself is permission to be honest, to be real, to be raw. You didn't ask for this role, but you fulfill it instinctively. Carl Jung believed that certain souls carry what he called a healing archetype, a quiet energy that offers others a reflection of their own truth. You don't heal by fixing people. You heal by being a mirror they can finally see themselves in. And perhaps the most telling sign that you have a rare soul is what you carry inside that no one else sees. The art you've never shared, the words you haven't written, the melodies stuck in your chest, the visions that visit you at night and leave before morning. There's something in you, wild, creative, aching to take form, but maybe life moved too fast. Maybe the world told you to be practical. Maybe fear whispered, "Who do you think you are?" And so, you held it in. But it's still there, that inner fire, that soft defiance, that refusal to live only on the surface. Even if you've never published, painted, composed, or spoken it out loud, your creativity is real, your ideas have weight, and your silence, it's not emptiness, it's potential. Carl Jung once wrote, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." And maybe that's the journey you're on now. Not to become something new, but to uncover what you've always been. A rare soul hidden in plain sight, misunderstood by many, but needed more than you know. So the next time you feel out of place, out of sync, or unseen, remember this. The world doesn't always recognize rare things, but that doesn't make them less valuable. It only makes them harder to replace. In the end, having a rare soul isn't something you need to hide. It's something you're meant to understand, embrace, and live through fully. These signs aren't labels, and they're not meant to make you feel superior. They're simply reminders that depth exists for a reason. If you saw yourself in these quiet patterns, if even just one of them made you stop and say, "That's me," then know this, you're not the only one. People like you exist, even if they're scattered, even if they often feel invisible. Rare souls recognize each other, not through noise, but through resonance. And if this video spoke to something in you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these signs felt closest to your own experience? Drop a comment below. I genuinely read them, and I value what you have to say. And if you'd like to keep exploring the deeper side of life, if you're drawn to self-awareness, emotional truth, and the inner journey, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. There's more to uncover, and I'd be honored to walk this path with you.